Hey, what's up? How you doing, Zach?
I'm doing all right. Not too bad.
I mean, to be honest, you're actually doing really bad, but we'll get into that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, so this is episode 1,
Yep.
test pilot. Trying it out. New green screen.
Yep.
Just painted it. Probably like a brick wall for you guys, or I don't know. Maybe we're in space real quick.
Yep.
It's called Me, MyZac, and I. Currently, as Zach said, it's being workshopped. I agree. So I'm me,
I'm Zach.
and I'm I. I get 2 credits.
Let's go, me.
You guys just can go to the skip to the end if you don't want to listen to this whole long podcast. And obviously this will only be for video, watchers, not listeners, but go on YouTube, check us out, Litsum TV. Or Litsum. Yep. Man, we should really know our own YouTube channel by heart, huh? It's either Litsum or Litsum TV.
It's not Litsum.
No.
Okay.
You piece of shit.
I don't know. Okay.
You know what? I'm probably gonna bleep you saying that.
Oh god.
I think it's actually just Litsum. I think it's just Litsum. Search it. I don't know. You'll find us. It's the one with us on it.
I mean, if they're
Go to YouTube,
watching
there's
this,
us.
then they already fucking know.
Not if they're listening
right?
on Spotify, you fucking idiot. You know how a fucking podcast works?
Yeah. I wasn't thinking.
I said if you're listening.
I didn't have my brain screwed on, okay? Fucking cut me some slack.
All of this was from a joke of me saying that the credits are going to say me portrayed by Alex, Zach portrayed by Zach, and then I portrayed by Alex.
Fuck you.
Oh,
God.
It's going to be like edited by Alex, uploaded by Alex. It's literally, you're going to have the credit Zach, and then it's just going to be my credits. Does that work for you?
Sure.
Presented by Litsum.
I don't care.
Fuck
it.
So, I mean, we kind of teased that. Well, let's talk a little bit about what this is. So, when we discussed doing Litsum a while ago, the idea of it was actually just the podcast. Like, we were still coming up with a group and everything. And I think somewhere down the road, I still want to do just a generic Litsum podcast. I really like the idea of living in a state of misery, kind of just going over what our message is. Which I don't want to bore you guys with. If you're here, you've heard the message. Live in the state of misery. Do it. Like, just be happy. Don't be happy because you won't be, but,
Also, if you don't have to, you don't have to.
Well, I mean, the whole world is the state of misery, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure someone's happy.
There's happy people out there, man.
There's some people that are happy.
If you're listening to this right now and you're just like a genuinely happy person, you might. Well, no, don't turn it off. You know what? You're happy already.
Yeah,
So
just cherish. God, I can't think.
It's all right.
But yeah, cherish it.
Cherish it, man.
Yeah, that's a treasure.
Teach
right
us,
there.
actually. Like, God, I'd kill for that. Man, how did we get so lost already? Litsum. I want to do a real podcast.
I don't even know what we're doing.
The whole idea of a Litsum, of Litsum, was just a podcast of one of the many pieces of content we wanted to make, and we kind of decided to do Litsum as more of the group. And so we've had several different pieces of content go out. Some of them more successful than we thought they'd be. Some of them just as successful as we thought they'd be. And all around, we're just really happy, keeping up with it. But man, this is really just the fact that me and Zach have about 300 conversations a day. And our brainwaves are pretty well synced most of the time. And
yeah,
I don't know. How often do we say we just kind of wish we could catch this madness on video?
Quite a lot.
A lot.
Quite a lot.
Depressing amount that we're just like.
Because it's funny to me. I don't know if it would be funny to anybody else. Hopefully.
Do you care?
No, I don't care too much.
We like to.
I'd like it to be, but
we're comedians for self-pleasure primarily.
Yeah.
I egotistically, comedically masturbate myself many times throughout the day of just stroking my own
Good
ego
way of putting it.
by telling jokes that I hope other people might find funny, but don't really care at the end of the day.
Right.
It's the most eloquent way I can put the fact that I'm just a jackass for my own pleasure. But hopefully you guys like it. And, you know, if you do stick around, we're going to keep uploading. But yeah, do you want to get into why this has been like such a, you know, maybe you're not doing so well right now? Kind of tease that a little bit, but
Of like the
last 2 weeks of your life.
I was gonna say like strep throat and all that.
Yeah, you say strep throat and people go, "Oh man, that sucks." But
Yeah.
I've never seen strep throat climb in a semi truck and run over somebody as viciously as it did you.
I mean, I've never seen it either, but other than on TV, I've seen cases on TV that were just like insane.
Right.
But mine's not like as bad to lose limbs, but
I guess it could have been worse.
but I am losing all the skin on my hands and feet now after. Well, when I got strep, I got like what I believed to be blisters, but then I went to the doctor and they said it was, I mean, basically blisters, but they're made out of blood. Like it was from
Blood blisters.
Yeah, basically blood blisters, I guess.
Love it.
And like probably 50 on each foot, and I
So
don't
wait,
know.
was your blood like in that instance? Do you even know why? Like, is your blood just like I want to be in the skin now? Like,
I guess I
I'm
don't know.
obviously not a doctor, but I'm just very intrigued by this.
She said, like the nurse practitioner I saw said that she has no idea what caused it, other than it's just blood going into my like the soft tissue. I think she said on my hands and feet,
All right.
and so still don't know the cause of it.
So she said you had soft hands.
Yeah, I guess.
Then
If you want to take it that way,
and then she took. Dude, you might be careful going back there. I'm just saying.
I've already went back.
Oh man, did they get more pictures?
Yeah,
God, man. I'm just gonna say check WikiFeet because they took some pictures
dude,
of your
all
feet
I'm saying
too.
is you're gonna struggle looking at those.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Do you want to share the part that makes everyone cringe that I don't want to share for you?
What part?
The toes.
Oh, yeah. I lost 2 toenails so far.
So far, it's still a
I
possibility.
think I could lose more, but I'm trying not to fuck with them. But they do have like skin, like more skin than they should, like under them and like kind of around them.
Yeah.
Because like I guess I don't know, like the skin just like completely calloused basically, and now it's all coming off. And I don't know what's going on, but my hands look terrible, my feet look terrible.
It's really nice to know that your body.
They don't
can just
feel good
reject.
either. Like walking is pain.
Yeah.
I also have like probably 10 like tears of the skin or whatever, like on my hands or on my feet, like each one.
Yeah.
Where it's just like there's like a little bit of blood coming out, and that's probably what's hurting. But like, there's nothing I could do. Like I'm doing everything I can.
No, it's pretty terrible. So Diablo 4 just came out, which
Yeah.
I guess was the only good thing about your strep adventure.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've been enjoying it.
and so we're playing Diablo 4 the other night with 2 of our good friends, and one of our other good friends just spent a couple nights in the ER for, you know, personal issues.
Yeah.
And man, it was bad. And so I'm sitting there. I got strep too. We lived
Personal
together.
issues. You had a hemorrhoid.
Oh, damn, throw him under the bus.
I mean, come on. You can't leave that out.
Yeah, it
That's
was-
great.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like if we're just gonna throw
What?
him under the bus, let's go all in. Was that not you that made that noise?
No, there was a bug that flew into my like hit me in the head. I don't even know where it came from. It, like dive bombed me.
So he's got bad hemorrhoids,
Yeah, it's bad.
and so he's suffering from that. I've got strep, but like nothing serious. Like I had a cough, sore throat, the regular stuff, you know, red throat, all that. Like it wasn't a big deal. I'm playing Diablo 4. Zach's playing Diablo 4. That friend's playing. I'm signing off. I'm just like, you guys have a good night. Zach, hopefully you can walk in the morning. Jacob, hopefully you can sit in the morning. Oh, God. Bleep that real quick.
I mean, I don't know if it matters.
Fuck it.
I mean, no one knows.
Yeah,
No one knows. He didn't say his last name.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking about him being in content.
Oh, if he's ever in anything.
When he's in content, just like throwing him under that bus, you know. So we'll bleep it out, and then,
yeah.
if, you know, with the connotation that hopefully the person that you see
Yeah.
may or may not be that person. If he is, maybe he'll own up to it. We'll see. You know, it's a guy. So if that's the information you got.
Well, if he's on content, he'll probably definitely bring that up
He'll
at some
definitely
point.
bring
So
that
like
up. He
you'll
is
know.
not a shy man.
It's okay.
So I'm just telling our other friend, I'm just like, well, I hope nothing bad happens to you tonight. And then naturally something bad happens to him that night. What?
God, what did happen?
He didn't fall down the stairs again. He didn't, nothing with his children. Like, it wasn't terrible, but man, he also just had something like just fucked.
Man, I wish I remembered because it was really funny to me.
Yeah, dude. I love that your friend's pain is hilarious to you.
I mean, it's just icing on the cake, that's life.
What is it? What is it? Terrible things come in threes or something? Tragedies?
Yeah, something like that. I've heard that before.
Shit fucking goes wrong 3 times.
Yep.
And then 3 times again. I guess you can say terribles come in like any number of things because like
it's always going to happen.
It's just infinite. Terrible things come in infinites.
That shit's inevitable.
It's going to happen and it's going to keep happening.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're just going to clip this, post that on like TikTok and see if we can get into depression TikTok. I'm sure some of the boys
Mic
and
me
girls
up,
over there
baby. I got this.
have our back.
We'll be there in no time. Just put a mic on me and listen to me like throughout the day.
We'll just hook you up with a lab and send you to work. Oh no, those videos where like
we can't air that.
Like the baseball players or like hockey players that are mic'd while they're playing.
Yeah.
And all those videos, dude, just us doing IT work but mic'd up. Just like, oh yeah, no, not a problem. Allow me to help you with that, man. If I work with you, that wasn't about you. It's about that person at work that you don't like. That wasn't about you. Anybody.
Yeah, we would never do something like that.
I wouldn't think that about you. You're my favorite person there.
I love you.
You're the best that I work with.
Yeah.
Except you. Sorry.
Dude, fuck you. Dude, you're like the worst fucking boss ever. You know that?
Fuck you.
If that's even what you want to call yourself.
Okay, that
Boss.
can't be synonymous. I can't be the worst boss ever and only be a boss. That is, like, by definition, one of the best bosses ever. A boss that's a boss has to be one of the best bosses ever.
Yeah, until I ask you a question. You're like, oh, I don't know. Here, let me go find out.
Well, you're welcome.
I mean, I'm glad you're finding out.
You're
but my
welcome.
God, don't send me on a death mission.
At least I don't just be like, I don't know, Zach, figure it out. I don't have the answer to that. Fucking figure it out. So you're welcome for being the best boss.
I'm the best boss? Dude. Hell yeah.
You're welcome for being the best boss. As in you
No,
are welcome.
You're welcoming me because I'm the best boss.
Me
I
and
get it,
Me and I are the best boss. Zach, you're a decent employee.
Wow. I should be the best employee, actually. I've been employee of the month every month since I've started,
36
okay?
months running, boy.
Yeah, I'm the greatest.
Oh, God.
There is no fucking competition for me because I smash them.
Ugh. You do. God, I don't know if it's the bugs or the spiders. Our set is infested.
Yeah, it's pretty bad right now.
Maybe it's the mice, but man, my nostrils are flaring up. My left nostril's pretty much clogged, and that's making my eye. I'm just getting emotional about this podcast. Let me be honest. I'm bawling my eyes out over here.
I definitely don't have whatever you're having.
Yeah, I'm gonna set the mic down real quick and just kind of lean off camera. I'll be right back. You keep people entertained.
You got pink eye? What? You want me to keep talking? Oh God, I don't even know what to say. What do I say, Alex? Talk about him blowing his fucking nostrils off right now. 2 Blastoise cannons going to work over there. Oh, God. Oh, what were we going to talk about in this podcast?
Well, essentially the idea, and sorry, I just came back from that black box that showed up on top of me while I was disgustingly blowing my nose.
What? People love that shit.
No,
that shit in.
That was just me blacked out. There's nothing there.
What? Come on.
You gonna have me
Running a PG show over here?
Dude, I'm
How
not.
are people going to get their rocks off?
The
People
rocks
are into
off
that,
on-
dude.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, man, look at his nostrils.
His nostrils flushing and Flaculating. I don't know. What's
I'm just
another
kidding.
F
I don't know if anyone's into that. Like, someone might be,
I'm
but
gonna go check your search history, bro. It's a company laptop, my guy. Stop looking at nostril porn.
company.
Stop looking at
You
nostril
think I'm
porn.
using the company laptop? I get my nostrils from a very safe and secure place. Okay.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. The idea of the podcast was that we're just talking. Like, we were gonna be out here on set, kind of researching and thinking about stuff. And so, like, if we have some content ideas, stuff that necessarily wouldn't like spoil the skit, but maybe just general stuff that we'd already be talking about. We do have a big desire to do some kind of like a game show type thing. Thought about incorporating the game show Omegle world. Maybe get some people into a Discord. Maybe people from the podcast feel like joining a Discord and
Yeah.
doing some game show stuff on there. You will be vetted.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know, like just anything that we want to talk about on here, anything we would be talking about already coming out here. I guess I should put like a little, warning on this that if you haven't noticed by now, this is edited up. This isn't just an hour of us talking.
Oh, it's not, is it?
No, I think definitely leaning on the side of cutting some stuff out and squeezing it up.
Yeah, probably should, I guess.
I'd like to give us more room to not have to constantly be pressured to make this just an hour of funny, but allow it to be 3 hours of conversation and squeeze it down into an hour of funny. So if you guys don't like that, just let us know. That's the biggest thing across all Litsum content is whatever advice you want to give, whatever critiques you want to supply, whatever, that's free to me. That you are giving us free support. Any part of this that you don't like, if you literally are just going to say that Zach's face, it doesn't belong on camera, then that helps us out. I know I need to buy makeup.
Just calling me out like that.
No, I'm just kidding.
Just fucking calling me.
I guess my point is we won't be offended by anything,
Yeah, I hope not.
I'm not going to take it personally.
Yeah, I don't
I
plan
know
on
I'm
it.
an ugly bastard. That's okay.
Yeah, same.
And like a perfect example, if you want to go check this video out, if it's your type of thing, we hope that you watch it. We hope you love it. But we just uploaded an hour long, the first part of a 3-hour long gaming session.
Yeah.
That was initially possibly going to be a 3-hour long video. That was initially possibly going to be like a 9-hour long video. We decided to cut short because Nate fell asleep on the carpet. Elden Ring. We played Elden Ring Randomizer. It took 2 hours to set up.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
It took 3 hours to make 10 minutes worth of progress.
I will say we shouldn't have taken as long to set it up if I had been using my brain.
That's fair, but honestly, like even the mod setup that, there's just the little mistakes wasn't the intricate part of setup. I mean, we got the couch on camera that day, this lovely beast that we're sitting on right now.
Yeah, I guess that's
So like
fair.
the whole day ended up being,
Yeah.
but the long story short of getting off track, I'm famous for that. And I'm famous for completely forgetting what I was going to say while leading up to it. Allow me to fill. I was going to say that I'm still filling right now. I completely lost my
I
train of thought.
don't know what you were gonna say. Something about
Oh.
people were watching Elden Ring.
Yeah,
and you're shocked about it. Right?
Well, people were
basically.
just stating like, "Holy crap, an hour!" Like, I don't know how much people are gonna like this. I don't know how much like you guys are getting less views, and we got atrociously less views on that video.
Well,
but
yeah.
I'm okay with that. I understand a lot of you aren't gonna go want to
Yeah.
watch an hour of us playing Elden Ring.
Yeah, man, I get that.
There are some doozy spots in there.
There's some good ones.
Teaser for part 2.
Right.
Zach teaches Nate a little bit about playing Elden Ring, and it went both exactly how I expected it to go and also way better than I expected it to go.
Oh, yeah.
Like simultaneously.
Easily the best part of the night.
Oh, yeah. Like phenomenal. It will probably be a standalone video. The bugs are bad right now. I mean, We are working on the set tremendously. We are busting. Strep took us out for a little bit, and we're going to talk about that in some other content. But we're dealing with bugs. We are dealing. The bugs are also dealing with bugs. There are some of the largest spiders I've ever seen in my life out here, hunting down the other bugs that make their way in.
And I think they're doing a good job because they're fucking fat as fuck now.
They're doing a decent job because there's also not
chunky spiders.
There doesn't seem to be much other than giant spiders until you open the door.
Yeah, and then we
moths
feed all
fly
of them, and then we come back and they're bigger.
They're big. They must think of us as their saviors when we show up here. They're just like, feeding time, boys.
Are we gonna have a spider army?
Dude, we're starting a spider army.
I mean, there's some terrifying looking spiders, by the way.
Zach. All right, I found our first I'm sorry listeners moment.
What?
I found our first I'm sorry listeners moment. So Zach and I do work, and we're not going to throw any names under the bus. We're not going to, directly call out where we do this work at.
Oh god.
So,
I mean, it's on that picture.
I know. I'm gonna censor this picture.
Okay.
But I guess we'll post this on our Instagram that we don't use.
Yeah.
That's linked here.
Yeah.
And in the description of the podcast.
So we're gonna censor just the.
I'm gonna black bar out.
Okay.
Any descriptive. You're really gonna see a very small subset of information from this actual flyer. But essentially, we work with different organizations doing IT work. We're contractors. We go into a lot of places, and one of the places that we went into works with animals. They had a picture that while Zach and I were waiting out, that was on the billboard, printed out from a local shelter.
Bulletin board.
On the bulletin. What did I say?
Billboard.
The billboard. It was out on the billboard.
We just walked up to the billboard.
We were just sitting there, and it's stapled up against the billboard outside on the street. So on that bulletin board. And I'm going to read it, and it's right here if you're watching on video. If you're listening, you're not missing a lot, but check it out on Instagram. Check it out on the YouTube, wherever you want to look at it.
Right.
And it says, "Did you know?" Highlighted in green text. Green highlighter.
Got to highlight that one, of course.
Well, don't worry. This is highlighted in blue. If a male and female cat and their offspring are left to breed on their own, they quickly multiply. If you can figure out the math on this, and you think we haven't gotten into the math, I looked at it. I went, "What?" Zach, look at this. Your reaction.
Oh, yeah. Crazy.
No way.
Yeah.
What? Decide to show Nate. Take a picture. Bring it. Nate doesn't work with us. He has his own career. Nate baffled. He initially looks at it and is like, "You guys must be doing the math wrong." You could hear he's a little bit of a math whiz at times. And I guarantee he was looking at it initially, waiting for us to be wrong. Waiting
His
to prove
wheels
us wrong.
were turning.
Until you just hear... What? Because he was just in utter shock. Because these two cats, this male and female, and their offspring, I understand, they will quickly multiply. In the first year, after two cats, those two cats will turn into 12 cats. I can see that. 2 cats have 10 kids. A litter of 10. That's fine. Second year, 67 cats. Okay, I don't know where the figures are coming from. I don't know exactly what math they're doing here. It's obvious 67 is not an exact, you're not just adding 10 for each one. You're not adding 10 for each 2. You're maybe adding 10 for each 2, subtracting 1. I don't know what you're doing, but you got 67 in the second year. That's fine. I can believe it. I could believe more than that, honestly. If you'd said 120 or something, I don't know, adding 10 for each, I'd be like, maybe. Third year, 376. We're entering weird territory here. Either my brain's too small, too smooth brain here, or they're just starting to really pull numbers out of their ass here.
Fucking peanut shaped.
Maybe they just asked ChatGPT. Maybe they were just ChatGPT.
ChatGPT would have gotten that one a little bit better.
It would have just been a little bit. So then we get crazy here. Fourth year, 2,107. 376 cats in 1 year just multiplied up to 2,107. Fifth year, 11,801. Sixth year, 66,088. What I'm really confused about here is that these don't seem to be exponential. But the seventh year, we have 370,092 cats. By the 8th year, Zach, you are looking at your 2 cats that you left in your backyard unneutered, unspayed, left alone to their own devices with apparently an infinite amount of food, with 2,072,514 in red highlight cats. Please spay and neuter your cats in green highlight. So, I guess we're obviously ignoring food supply. Right.
I mean, you would have to.
Because there's that island where a number of cats has completely...
Yeah, it's an
Cut
island in Japan, right?
I think so. They've cut out all the bird population there because they are
Yeah.
the apex predator on
And
that island.
there's so many of them.
There's so many, but are there even 2 million on that island? There might be, but
Probably not, right?
I doubt we started with 2 cats on that island and ended up with 2.7 million in 8 years. That doesn't
8 years, an entire island was just taken out
Just
by
over.
2 million cats out of nowhere.
How is our planet not cats at this point? This is preposterous.
There
to me.
should be more cats than humans.
That's insanity. Insanity. But then we're taking it like, where are they producing these multiplying? Like, what exponential is that? Like,
Dude, I don't know.
they're
I
not just
don't know.
adding 10 for each 2. I can't figure it out, and I'm tired of trying. Like, I've never really sat down and tried. I haven't put it into a calculator at all. Maybe we're stupid.
I mean, it's a possibility.
And maybe the numbers add up, but fuck, tell me in the comments, tweet at the Litsum Twitter that we also have that we don't use. God, we're bad at social media at times, man.
Yeah.
We don't have a Facebook because obvious reasons.
Yeah. Who even uses Facebook today?
My parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles. And so do yours.
Yeah, I mean, like, they probably do, but I don't know because I don't.
Old people.
God.
Old people got. If you know, is that Gary Newman?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you know Gary Newman's other famous work. Hey guys, just wanted to jump in here real quick. This is future me, future MyZac, and future Alex.
Not very much future.
Not like 20 seconds, 10 minutes later, maybe.
Yeah.
10 minutes after the end of this. Zach just looked it up real quick while we were watching everything back, editing up. Gary Newman is a different guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach played a song that we both know from Gary Newman. Love Gary Newman.
Oh, yeah.
Here in
Good
my car,
songs.
I feel safest of all. In cars. In cars. Great guy. Randy Newman.
Yeah.
Newman spelt different. N-U-M-A-N
It
for
is spelled
Gary.
different.
N-E-W-M-A-N. The song we were referencing was by Randy Newman. Some of you were intuitive and caught all that. Go back to your scheduled showing with past me.
Yeah.
You guys haven't even gotten this joke yet because
People.
the whole you being me thing comes later on. Check that out.
Yeah. You'll get there.
Bye. Bye, me.
Bye.
You have the mouse. Besides, you've got a friend in me. Then you know where that joke was going, but I'm afraid that we can't say it here on whatever platform we're on.
Fair.
So go check out Gary Newman's other famous. I think on Spotify, if you were to go to it, you've got a friend in me, and then I believe the next song that you will see will be the song that we're referencing, which I don't feel like I've heard anybody talk about.
Yeah, I've heard it once before.
I know we stumbled upon
on
it.
another podcast.
Really,
Yeah.
it's gold, man. Should we just? I guess we were saying old people ain't got no reason to live is what we were gesturing towards and singing in the tune up because Gary Newman has short people got no reason to live, and that's the song.
Oh God, it's so good.
It's terribly beautiful.
Yeah, it's. I
and
mean, it's really
beautifully
bad,
terrible,
but it's so good.
and it's pure comedy, by the way. In no way has.
I mean, it's gotta be.
Yeah, in every article that I've read through in concern of this song, because God, can I get a laugh out of this song when I listen to it, and I want to make sure that it's appropriate, that there's, if anybody has evidence somewhere that Gary Newman, did anything diminutive or, degrading to little people or even just a short person. Like, I don't know, maybe, his ex-wife was 5'5" or something and he was just an ass. Maybe I'll stop listening to it occasionally, but man, I get a laugh when I listen to short people ain't got no reason to live. Talking about their tiny little hands and stuff like that. Go look it up. You'll get a good laugh.
It's such a good one.
It's gold.
Yeah. I can't believe I didn't know about it sooner, honestly.
I know. I can't believe that we came across it just because we listened to You've Got a Friend in Me one time. Like, just put on podcast. Yeah, let's listen to some freaking Toy Story memorabilia. Nope. Let's immediately listen. I don't even know what you would describe the song as. Pure comedy genius mixed with possible outdated bigotry views.
Right.
I'm not sure how you'd classify it.
Yeah. I mean, I could see how you could take it the wrong way very quickly.
So this is the 31-minute mark of our live recording.
Wow. Yeah.
If we were to do a straight through, which maybe I misspoke. We've stayed pretty on topic, and maybe it wasn't edited.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
This is
Might
where
not have to.
This is where we'd go to our sponsors, probably.
Oh, yeah, we have so many of them.
So, dude, you guys don't even.
People are fucking begging for my dick right now.
They are.
Yeah.
I don't.
So many companies, dude.
Oh, should we file a sexual harassment claim?
I need help.
Okay. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay.
I don't wanna
No, that was such a beep.
Oh God, that one's got to be beeped.
That
out.
one was beeped.
God, if that one's not beeped,
oh no.
if that one's not, we got problems.
That whole sentence right there has to be, and we can't add any more context right here. I'm sorry, guys. That was who sponsored us for this video.
Yeah.
In a way, I guess.
Oh God.
No.
So anyway,
yep, that could have been a sponsor right there.
sponsors are gone.
Sponsored segment.
Ruined that one.
Yeah, that ain't happening. But as I always do, I talk a lot. I feel like I haven't let you talk very much.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, dude, you don't shut the fuck up.
I mean, I don't know what I'd say, honestly. Like, are we going to talk about, like, I guess I'll just say, are we going to talk about pot at all?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Light up, bro. I'm drinking a beer.
Well, I mean, I don't want any,
Oh, okay.
but
Yeah, no, if you want to
Yeah.
talk about the story.
no, I mean, I don't know. It's been kind of messing me up here lately. I don't know if it's paranoia or if it's literally causing, like, my heart rate to spike or something. Unsure yet.
So our asterisk, real quick, is we live in a legalized
Yeah,
state.
yeah. We live,
You
we live somewhere where it's legal. If
everything's legal.
yeah,
Everything's fine.
recreational and medical.
I don't personally partake due to just personal reasons with it.
Right.
Maybe we'll get into that kind of later down the road.
Yeah.
But Zach, when it was legalized, you were just kind of like, yeah, I'll start smoking
Yeah, I was like, why not? I'll try it. And then
again.
yeah.
We all
again,
had our stupid teenage years.
I've tried it before, but I really
Didn't go as far as
didn't
some.
really remember what it was like, honestly. So I tried it again, and I didn't mind it. I like it. I could see. I mean, it's kind of like I equate it to, like having a beer on the weekend or something, like
Right.
having a couple
Just
shots
every
or
single night.
something. Well,
there for a little bit, bud.
there was a little bit of
There
every
for a
other
little
night
bit. You
or every
a
night,
couple months.
but like, yeah, I equate it to that.
It's just having a beer afterwards.
And I'm not like getting insanely high, mainly because I don't even know if I can without like having too much anxiety.
Yeah.
Or like increasing my heart rate, which also is probably just tied in with the anxiety.
Which we should jump back to the
Which-
reason that you don't have a beer after work.
Oh yeah, and I don't drink hardly ever. Like here I do here and there occasionally.
Very rarely, very
I'll have
little.
like some soju or something because I like it. But yeah, I have congestive heart failure, So I always I try to eat healthy. I have very strict diet, and so I don't drink alcohol. Also, I take
Part of your strict diet is a very strict fluid intake.
very strict on fluid, and I also I take medication, and alcohol and medication is not always a good thing. So
And alcohol and blood pressure, and alcohol and
Yeah.
heart, and alcohol.
alcohol is just not good for your heart and your blood. And,
Wait, are you going to sit here and tell me that if I were to pick up this poison and drink it, it's not going to be good for some parts of me?
yeah, it's probably not going to be
Blasphemy.
good for some of
You're
you.
full of shit.
Your kidneys probably aren't very happy with it.
Hey, but they're doing their job.
I mean, they're working.
My liver's doing its job. My kidneys are making, shit work. I
Yeah.
don't know anatomy, but I know that I'm all right. For now.
Well, yeah. And I mean,
Drink responsibly.
Yeah, and in moderation, you'll
Of course.
almost always be fine.
Hey, we should preface that none of your issues originate from alcohol.
No.
They're just
I just-
obviously made worse by it.
Yeah, yeah.
And hopefully, usually, weed, which you were nervous to try,
Right. I did it with caution, and I took it, easy baby steps.
and it did good.
And yeah, I don't know. It definitely helps me relax and not really think as much because, I think almost 24/7. Even when I'm trying to go to sleep, I'm thinking.
Yep. That's
And
the thing.
yeah, so
Some people talk about turning their brain off and not thinking.
yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Teach me your secrets.
Yeah.
Teach us.
The closest I probably get to turning my brain off is playing a video game.
Yep.
And
But then it's not turning it off.
yeah, it's not all the way off.
It's turning it onto other things.
Yeah.
Which, hey, read a book, watch a movie, watch a TV show, play a video game, whatever thing you like to do. I obsess with photography. I obsess with video games. I obsess with making this content for you. And that's the closest. Man, that guy is big and fast, dude.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
That spider.
If that thing comes walking towards me, I'm going to
Don't hurt my friend.
either
Don't hurt my friend.
run or stomp its brains in.
Don't hurt my friend.
It's too fast. It would get on my leg before I could probably move. That thing's that's a cheetah of spiders.
So you have trouble shutting off your brain, but you have
Yeah.
anxiety and you have heart problems. So you can't drink. You can smoke
Yeah, and I
up
might
until
have literal anxiety all the time. I've questioned it. It's not really in the front,
Generalized
the
anxiety.
forefront of my mind or body.
I feel like any therapist or psychiatrist talking right now are going, "Thank you, sir, for defining generalized anxiety."
Yeah.
And then they're hearing me talk and going, "Shut the fuck up! You know nothing about psychiatry."
Well, and it's in my medical documents that I have anxiety, I guess, because when I was in the hospital for congestive heart failure, they actually put me on Xanax and
Woo!
Klonopin or
Ooh.
something like that, both of them.
Just having yourself. a
And
fucking
honestly,
sleep.
I did feel
asleep.
well, yeah, it did make me more tired, but I also it did kind of shut my brain off.
Oh, it shut you down because you called me several times
I
while you
probably
were there.
felt the closest to normal.
That's
I don't know,
hey, these medicines that
but I could
that
definitely see
people
how
take-
people get addicted to stuff like that.
there's always the danger of that,
'Cause
and
it
understand. I've met
changes
many
so
people.
much.
but man, they save people's lives.
Yeah,
I mean, there are probably people out there right now, but hopefully listening to us.
right.
I don't hope that
there's
you're going through that,
Of
but
course.
I'm so happy if you are that it's working for you, and
Oh,
some of those medicines really do.
Yeah,
And
I
weed
mean,
was working for you, and I do consider marijuana a medicine when used as a medicine. It's recreational and
Yeah.
it's fun,
I
and
mean, it's
people love
definitely
it.
got its downsides, but I guess they all do.
Oh yeah. Well, it is a mild
But-
hallucinogenic,
Yeah,
and hallucinogens, and
that's another part of maybe
Anxiety.
it's causing some hallucinogenic stuff.
so you decide for the first. You've had 4 gummies, 4 or 5. How many? No, how many in the
Yeah, I mean,
containers did you buy that day?
Well, I have 4 of those, and then I've gotten, I think 1 or 2 from buy one get one deals of I think they're just getting rid of stock or something. like inventory, and they're
Right.
just like, here, take this. And
So
I'm
you
like,
get an awesome deal, and you have a bunch sitting at your house.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
okay.
have a lot because I've gotten them all like for a really good deal. It's like a package deal.
So I call Zach. I'm like, yo, dude, you want to go up to the dollar? And he's like, yeah, dude. And so I run downstairs. I go to the bathroom. My girlfriend's sitting in the living room. You hear Zach's feet. We have a scale. I'm like, fuck, we do. I have no clue where it was. I'm in the bathroom. And so my girlfriend hollers in the room, yeah, it's blah, 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 blah. And so Zach's like, all right, cool. And I'm like, what the fuck is Zach about to cook? My brain does not go to edibles. My brain does not go to anything else. Kitchen scale, he's trying to cook. So I'm stuck in that restroom. Like, oh, I'm not gonna be out for a minute. Back up the stairs. You go inside your room. You come down. We get in the car. We drive. We don't even get to the end of the driveway before you go, yeah, dude, I just had some edibles. And I was like, that's what you got the fucking scale for. And you're like, yeah, man, I decided.
Oh God.
I wanted to play this one safe. I wanted to make sure I got the right dosage. I
Yeah.
look it up. You went through it all this
Oh
time.
yeah, dude. I fucking.
Did you Google? Do some Google foo on that shit?
I didn't Google it. Well, okay, I started to, and I was like, well, the whole thing's 100 milligrams.
Math.
I can proportion it out in my brain,
Math.
And so I did. And I know, like, to some people, 100 milligrams isn't, like, hardly anything. But, like, I don't get, like, that high usually. Like, I can take, like, 5 puffs off my vape pen, and I'm, like, probably pretty high.
That's fair.
So I'm like kind of lightweight on that, but I do take blood thinners and stuff. So I don't know the science to all that, but it might add up.
Okay.
And I don't eat much and stuff like that, so like that probably doesn't help.
Yeah. You went through what you could though.
Yeah, I cut it, but yeah.
So we had a fantastic trip to the dollar.
I don't even think it was a quarter. It might have been. I don't even think it was a quarter of the 100 milligram gummy. By the way.
I believe you said to me at the top of the driveway, though, I don't even know if I'm that high. 2 seconds later, a song plays something. It says something, and you go, and I went, I don't even know if I'm that high. That joke slayed. I wish I could be as funny to everyone as I was to you in that moment.
Because I knew, like, as soon as you said that, I was like, yeah, I'm really high.
I'm high. I hadn't smoked, by the way, because of strep.
Yeah.
Because of precaution. Went from smoking daily to an unintentional tolerance break.
Like I just
like
quit.
A week and a half, probably a tolerance break.
Yeah, probably.
Decides to jump from tolerance break to edibles. And
that probably didn't help.
After them giving him one of his anti-itch medications, ended up being an anxiety medication.
Yeah, they gave me an anti-itch pill.
That is also.
And it's primarily, I think, Visatril or something. It's like it's what Visatril's made of, if I'm remembering correctly.
Which, if any of you at home have ever tried different anxiety medications, and maybe Visatril's different, and if you know better, again, as always, correct us in the comments.
Right, I don't know.
But a lot of anxiety medication can essentially do the exact adverse effect, have the exact adverse effect. It can cause anxiety. It can cause ill feeling. It can cause unrest. It can cause suicide. I mean, it can cause so many things. It's a dangerous field, and that's why I'm so happy we have the dedicated professionals that take care of such things. But being handed out thinking that you're taking an itch medication that turns out to primarily be delivered as an anti-anxiety when you've yourself have had trouble with anti-anxiety medication in the past.
Oh, yeah.
It was a little bit of a shock for your system.
Which, like, they do technically ask if I'm allergic to anything, but I don't think about, like...
Right.
I'm not that's not really an allergy. I don't think. So like I've never said that like, oh yeah, antidepressants and anti-anxiety like pills really mess with me.
Right.
So I've never like voiced that to anyone, but maybe I should.
Yeah, I don't know. My girlfriend has a ton of medical conditions and has some very adverse effects with a lot of medication, and I know that her general practitioner will list anything that she's had any kind of adverse effect under allergic allergies. That way, if she happens to go to the emergency room or anywhere else,
that's fair.
They take care of it properly.
Yeah.
So,
which like again, when I was in the hospital, all the stuff they gave me there worked perfectly fine. But maybe like I guess Xanax and stuff like that's just different.
Oh, those are two different animals from my understanding.
I don't know much about. I mean, I know they call it. They're like they're technically like benzo something.
Yeah, there's benzos. There's
because that's just the slang everyone uses for them.
Oh wow, you guys seem to know a little bit about medication. Yeah, benzos, and man, you got your face.
Oh, yeah.
People are just like,
Got your perks.
man, you got some of them perks on you, man. Anyway,
No, way too much.
so that was a couple days before.
Yeah.
But you were still having a little bit of anxiety effects from it.
I have anxiety every day since.
Okay.
And I don't know if it came from that pill or if it came from the edible. Something has messed me up.
So in classic, this is my first bad trip with an edible fashion.
Oh, yeah. My first bad trip.
We get home. Zach goes off to his quarters.
Hi. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. I don't know if you can really call it a trip. I mean, it does have psychoactive properties.
Right. I don't know.
So I don't know what the correct terminology for that would be.
But Zach calls me up and he goes, "Hey, what's a bad trip feel like?" And I'm like, "What else did you take?" And he's like, "No, I just took the edible." I'm like, "Oh, trip. I guess maybe." We had that whole discussion. We had that entire discussion right then.
We had a
followed
discussion.
by me being like, "What's up?" And you're like, I might die. God, how hard I bit my tongue. How many times I've heard in my life.
I knew it was going to be
bro.
so cliche when I said it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I had to say it. I felt it.
Somebody else that I work with, or somebody else that we work with in our day-to-day lives is communications dispatching for, emergency dispatching, police, and, any 911 centers. The amount of times in their life they've heard, especially, I can't imagine since this state has become legal, the amount of people that haven't smoked since the 70s and went up and talked to some stoner at some weed, at some dispensary, and they're like, man, yeah, dude, I'm good with this shit. What do you got? And the fucking kid at the dispensary who's high himself, which I've been to several dispensaries, and I understand why you are, but a lot of the people working at dispensaries are fucking toked.
Dude, they're in another atmosphere.
I
don't know if
fucking
I could possibly get as high as them.
Oh, dude. One guy, I went with Zach, and Zach's just like, man, I kind of want something. And this guy's just like, yeah. So this purple kush, did you like indica or sativa?
Oh, God.
Well, I like this indica. And it's like, why'd you... Why? Really high. But I cannot imagine how many 60, 70-year-old men who haven't smoked since the 60s or 70s are walking in and just getting some fucking dab pens with like gram carts, going home, toking up for the first time.
Getting some resin.
And just... spaceship calling their fucking 911. Me and my wife are dying, which is such a classic YouTube video. One of my favorites is the me and my wife ate some brownies. What was in the brownies, sir? Marijuana. And that's the call that Zach gave me that night. Was Zach ate a gummy and was very, with his heart conditions and everything. I will give you the caveat that you were legitimately concerned.
I still am. I don't know. I still am concerned. It felt so bad.
Oh, no.
I felt it today.
It's first time smoking since then, right?
Yeah, first time smoking since then.
Just took the bong, took some flour.
Yeah, and not even like a lot. Like I tried to keep it low, and I even did the indica one because I was like, maybe, indica
Put you in the couch.
kind of like mellow me out a little bit. No, I go upstairs. Which the stairs might be raising my heart rate. I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. Because you walked around for longer than the energy I would imagine that walking the stairs would have really caused. I don't know. Because
like the stairs, I feel like would cause a lot more force on me.
Could be. I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know. Every time I go upstairs, I get hit with like kind of like an out of body. Like, I kind of go into third person mode, and I kind of get vertigo. Like, I can't really...
just hit the back button on your controller, the select button. Opposite of the start. That will take you out of third person, put you back in first person.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I was on Lakitu Cam.
Yeah, do not.
I was on
Lack.
Lakitu Cam, bro.
You're gonna try and take that curve on Rainbow Road. You're gonna fly right off because you're not knowing what you're driving at.
need my Mario Cam, you know.
I'm gonna say, at 31 minutes, you asked if we were gonna talk about weed.
We're on
At
what?
51 minutes, we still are talking about the single weed story.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. It fucked me up.
It was a bad night.
I don't ever want to do it again.
You called me maybe 3-4 times that night.
But dude,
Am I dying? Alex.
I don't want to live in a world without pot.
By the way, you know those moments where you walk inside your house and you're just like, oh, I'm done. I am done with the day. I am done with the life. I am going to go lay down and have a sleepy time and play on my phone and
I knew it
shut out the
too.
world.
I fucking knew you were like wanting to go to bed.
I get so many calls from you, and every time
Dude.
I'm like, I gotta be there for my boy. I gotta show up. I gotta stand out. Like, I've had people show up and stand out for me when I've had my own anxiety attacks and everything, and you know I've had many.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I had to step up to the plate and help you out. But man, I was just like, God, Zach's calling again. Nope, you're not dying. It's gonna be all right. Nope, that's probably not your heart. I mean, it could be. I'm not telling you it's not. I'm not saying don't, like, I'll drive you to the ER if you need to, but I'm going to say that, like, you're the third person there tonight that's just had too much weed. And, like,
Oh god.
it was, man,
Uh
it was a really bad night from your perspective. And I did not relish in the fact that you were having a bad night, but I did get many laughs.
dude, it was so bad. Like it was so bad like I would have watched any anime
Yeah, you want to grab me a beer while
just
we're
to
talking
make
about
it through.
It would have probably
Like,
helped.
Like I would have done anything. I don't
Oh.
care. I would have went down and watched Friends.
Dude,
Like I would have
just
watched.
sit next to my girlfriend on the
Friends.
couch and be like, God, Ross is such a weirdo.
Dude, I would have. It was so bad. I would have done anything to make it stop.
Hey, Zach,
Yeah.
can you grab me a beer?
You're not allowed.
Please.
Okay, I'll grab you a beer.
Yay.
Wait, beer, which one?
The first one that I had, not the third one that gives me allergies.
The Mad Bark?
Yeah.
Like you want cinnamon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, you out here just trying to fucking throw fucking people's brands and shit out here.
Well, it's not the brand of it, but I mean, you're holding it on camera anyway.
Hey, you never know. People might not have eyes.
But it's their flavor.
It's pretty good. I like it. You know what? Fine. Fuck it. Here you go. I'll even read it for the
Yeah, I mean, fuck. I don't
audio.
know. People might want to try it.
Yeah, people might want to try it.
Anyone's watching this.
And I can guarantee that Cider Boys ain't going to give us money for it, so we might as well do it for free.
Yeah.
Cider Boys Mad Bark Apple Cinnamon Hard Cider. I'd give it a...
Gotta taste it first.
I'd give it a good, like, 8.5, man.
Yeah?
Like, I like my apple ciders. I am an apple,
mean,
like, hard apple cider guy.
Cinnamon sounds good in a cider. I mean, that
And-
makes sense.
I mean, this is honestly, this really reminds me of, like, American apple cider, but a hard cider.
Oh, okay. I know what you're saying.
Because, like, American apple cider, which is such a funny thing that, like, the rest of the world is like, cider is already hard. So, like, dude, like,
Yeah.
people from the UK come here and go, ooh, hard cider. Is that like, wait, no, that's only 5% alcohol. It's not hard at all. What are you talking about? But,
Baby
like,
cider.
baby cider. But I'm very much impressed. But this really feels like when I used to come out to the, my grandma's milk barn, and I'd open up the fridge, and she'd have a big jug of fresh homemade apple cider, and I'd pour myself like 26 cups, just standing out there in the barn. Man, I'd bring a glass from the house, and she'd be like, "Just have a few, Alex," and I'd be like, "All right."
Over here taking a bottle.
Yeah, dude, no fucking cyclone it real
Cycloning
quick.
an apple cider bottle.
Dude, I drank so much of that, dude, because it was like, it was that good stuff too, where like all the substrate would like land in the bottom and everything. It would separate, and you'd have to.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Dude, God.
Which, dude, as a kid, I loved that, right?
Yeah.
But then as I got older, I'm just like, man, I'm just drinking like pure sugar right now.
Pure apple.
Like yeah, but like sugar
I
mixed
mean-
with apple. It's like if you took a jug of what you imagine apple syrup would be, and then like thinned it a little bit.
Nah.
I don't know, man. That's kind of how I view it
apple
now.
cider?
It's just too sweet now.
Is it? But is it not made from just like apple? Like, is it? Do they
don't-
even add sugar?
I don't know. I think they do. Well, okay. Homemade and store bought are probably completely different.
Oh, absolutely.
But like I never had homemade unless I
Oh.
went to like
Here,
one of the well, I might have had it here. But I was gonna say
for context, I ended up buying my grandparents' house. Just so
Yeah.
we are where he would have had it with me as a kid.
no, like a craft festival or something, which are fucking everywhere in the fall over here.
Oh yeah.
So, and they make like all sorts, like
Oh, man.
everything's homemade. You can get like all sorts of stuff, pies.
Well,
anything.
apple festivals.
And we have apple
specifically. We have
festivals.
multiple cities have apple festivals. One
and
has
orchards and stuff.
Yep, and one has
so,
the freaking apple butter making days, which
yeah.
that's just a free shout out. That's a couple hours away from us, but that's a free shout out of kind of the area that we're at. If they're one of the few that have that exact name,
I don't know if that's like specific to us. Or,
but that place, oh, I'll make the drive every time they do it. It's
Yeah.
so good.
and I like apple butter too, but then again, like it just
Oh, apple butter,
falls into the sweet thing again.
that's sweet. But again, also I don't know. Do they add a ton? Because I'm
I
pretty
have
sure
no clue.
apple butter, like true apple butter, might just be pretty much apple spices in a copper kettle and
Yeah.
cooked long.
I mean, I honestly have no idea. I feel like if it was something like that and I like watched them just make it, I'd probably be much more okay with it. But I'm always thinking like they add just like, cups of sugar, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really want that on my toast.
Now I will say we should have had Nate here for this conversation on some content. 'Cause
Oh,
I don't
dude.
know if you know this.
Nate probably eats so unhealthily.
Well, he does, and he loves his molasses. That's a callback to the first video we ever
Yeah.
uploaded. Nate's parents used to own an orchard,
Oh, really?
an apple orchard.
I feel
and
like I
made
might have known that.
apple butter and apple cider, all of it. Nate would have been the guy for this conversation,
Yeah.
but he's gone.
Well,
Don't ask where
I
he's
mean,
at.
yeah. He'll be
Probably
back.
at home sleeping. He'll be here like next weekend or something.
Yeah, he'll be back. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Love me some apple, and this 8.5 out of 10. It's got the right sweetness. It's got. I will say.
so derailed.
Oh, this honestly, if we don't
Oh,
call this
God.
my Zac and Alex, my Zac and Alex, my Zac and Alex. I don't dislike that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're both. I see both.
Me, myself, and I, or me, yeah, we'll just call it me, myself. Just two people on a podcast called me, myself, and I. Me, my Zac and I, or me, my Zac and Alex. I like them both.
Me, my Zach, and Alex. Is me just the conglomerate?
It's them.
Oh,
They're the me.
They have us.
It's me, my Zac, and Alex.
I like this.
I like it.
I like this a lot. Actually.
You know what? This whole episode,
You know what?
episode 1.
You can have me.
Wait, they can have me?
They can have themselves. Okay, this is getting really confusing.
They're me. Hey, me.
Hey,
Wait.
wait.
I love it. The perfect amount
Oh,
of
God.
confusion. Me, my Zac, and Alex.
God, sorry for anyone who's on drugs.
I hope you're not high, having
luck
an
on
anxiety
this one.
attack, laying in your bed at 2 a.m, trying not to call your roommate and tell him how much you're freaking out, and listening to
Dude,
this.
if I would have had a way to turn on Adventure Time,
Oh,
I
that's always a
would
good
have,
one.
because one of the other like content creators I like to watch,
Yeah,
he said that's what he does.
it makes sense.
And I'm just like, man, that would probably really help. But I started to go down the rabbit hole, and I'm like, I'm too high or too fucked up or whatever to try and figure out my Hulu password or any of that stuff. And I was
Hey.
just like, no.
Real quick, one, you should just called me and asked me to sing you making bacon pancakes. Would have gotten you back.
Yeah.
But number 2, we just named the podcast.
Yeah.
I'd love to come up with a closing segment for next time. I love it when podcasts have closing segments personally.
I like it.
We should workshop that. Our
Yeah.
closing segment this time was that we came up with a new name because we just hit 1 hour.
Oh, yeah?
And I say we say goodbye to me. I've been Alex.
And I've been Zach.
And you've been me. Bye, me.
Bye, me. Me. Me.